Give it up for Cobus the Viking!
I'm Cobus Visser, it's Cobus Visser. Some call me the Viking. It's all about having courage, creating freedom and leaving a legacy.
It's Cobus Visser, the Viking. I look like a Viking, but I bring Viking philosophy into business. Because success leaves clues. You want to know what success is? Go find people that are successful and look at the clues that are leaving behind. Now, I'm not going to tell the whole story today. If you want to know, I'm at the back with my stand, come learn about me. However, I want to shake you. If you think business is bad, you'll create that reality. As a man thinketh, so what is your thoughts around business? The doctor said to us, you're going to be in a wheelchair for life. And I said, that is not my reality. I went and I climbed Kilimanjaro. Anyone that has climbed Kilimanjaro? A few hands. I climbed Kilimanjaro with crutches. What is the excuses you are holding on to why you are where you are? But Cobus, what if? Cobus, I justify I'm born in the wrong city, I have the wrong parents. However, if you put your mind to it, and adopt this following philosophy, it says, what does it say? What does it say? When I say whatever it takes, when I have an excuse, and I blame someone, and I justify why I don't have what I have. No, if I say whatever it takes, now I'm going to share with you someone's story, how they adopted whatever it takes and turned around their life. You all know it. But before I get there, we had one day, these challenges are walking on fire, red hot cold. I've tried to turn Mike's hand and say we're going to do some firewalking. He's going to start next year. And so hopefully next year, I come here, he's going to probably say next year, but hey, one day we will make it happen. And why are we here today? How many of you would like to scale your business in the next 12 to 18 months? Raise your hands. The rest of you don't know. Because I see the hands are like, one of those speakers, the hands no. How many of you are willing to do whatever it takes to scale your business? Say now. Now, I told you success leaves clues. It's about creating a strategy that you follow. There's not enough time for us to go into the strategy to 10x your business. That is this from 10x video. How to scale your business follows the process. But before I get a little bit more about that, I'll just talk about it. We are here to scale your business. The challenge we have currently in South Africa, that most businesses that start, only 29% survive their first year. And after that, the second year, only another 20% survives from that 29%. And only 34% of them make it to year 5. I ask you today, do you have an option? You want to be one of the statistics? You want to say, Cobus, I'm taking my destiny in my own hands. I'm here to build a legacy. Because I can show you all the statistics, what is happening. Just in this year alone, how many companies have been liquidated? In the last 3 years, how many businesses are closing down in liquidation? I ask you, do you want to be one of the statistics? The question is, when do you change? You saw the Springboks losing the other day against Australia. Did you all see that? So for those who don't know, South Africa leads 22-0. Then they lead 22-5. Then it's 22-12, 22-19. Suddenly they're behind 22-26. And before you know it, they lost the game 22-38. My question to you is, in your business, when are you ready to change your game plan? Until the match is over and said, oh, we should change our game plan. Or do you want to be like that in the gut thinking, oh, tomorrow it will change, tomorrow might be better. I just need to keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the world is giving us signals. When are you going to wake up in your business and say, time, the strategies are not working, let's change it. So let me ask a question or two in the room. What are some of your challenges currently in your business? Would love to give me an answer.
Penetrating the markets.
Market. So markets is a challenge at the moment. What else is challenging in your business?
Compliance.
Compliance. What else?
Funding.
Funding. Load shedding. Might be an opportunity. Okay, so we all face challenges in our business, am I right? There's the back. So he has a belief that big business doesn't want to support small business. We all have these beliefs, right? These beliefs get created over a period of time. And the more we create it, the more it becomes our reality. You see, Cobus, another client did the same thing. It's the truth. However, your strategy hasn't changed. Your approach hasn't changed. But it starts with the mind first. So let me give you some inspiration and hope today. The biggest thing in businesses today that's a red flag is business owners when they're under stress and worry, they take and make emotional decisions. They don't look at the facts, they don't look at logic, they bring emotions into the process. And the more emotions we bring in, the more difficult decisions we make. Can I give you a few examples? We'd love to know a few examples. First, there's Pick and Pay and Checkers. Anyone know Pick and Pay and Checkers? Yes. Pick and Pay at the moment has laid off over 1,000 people. They've closed over 100 stores. You know what? They are saying the economy is bad, guys. We are barely surviving. And then you have Checkers. Released their numbers a few days ago. Over 194 extra stores, having like 9% extra profit or growth in their business. They are saying business is good. It's amazing. The economy is flourishing. And yet, they are the same industry, same environment. The thing is, we make emotional decisions. I want to ask you as an audience, I want to see if you have logic and if you are smart. Pick and Pay decides to sponsor the Springboks. We need to save this company, guys. We need to do whatever it takes. We need to go out. They sponsor the Springboks. They are winning 500 million in the next 4 years. And plus. So now ask me a question. How many of you agree that was a good decision? Okay, no. How many of you disagree that's not a good decision? Okay, at least a few hands. Others aren't sure. Let me ask you, who's the gender that buys the most groceries every month? Well, that's less than women, right? Who supports the Springboks mostly? Men. And then there's the open market. A man will tell them, my wife, you're going to Pick and Pay. She's like, I'd take the 60-60s going on its way. Right? It's an emotional decision. There's a few other companies. Brian Roberts, 150 years goes down. Intel Tower, 75. Goodyear. Joshua Doe, where's the uncle in the furniture business? They don't exist anymore. And the Reed's biggest family-owned business doesn't exist anymore. Do you want to wait until it's late to start making better decisions in your business? Or wait until it's too late? You decide. And the best thing for me was the other day, another emotional. For those who don't know the United States, it's one of the old brands called Cracker Barrel. The CEO comes, they spend $700 million on a new logo. The customers, he says, the customer love them. They love our new brand. Social media erupts. They are unhappy with the brand. She says to them, let's go buy and eat somewhere else. And guess what? They lost another 150 million. It's not about you anymore. It's not about your customer experience. It's about building a community, and that's what I forgot. It's not about us. Pick-up has forgotten about its client base, the people they serve. It's not about looking good. It's about serving the people in front of you, your customers, falling in love with your customer. Having your customer fall in love with you. My one question is, what is your customer journey like? From the moment they meet you until they do business with you. Are they falling in love with you? And are you falling in love with your customer? And that's how I'm going to get Eugene to come forward. Eugene, one thing that most teams don't do, small business owners, is they don't build teams, they don't build processes, and they don't build systems. My question to you is, I want to introduce you to one of my clients and partners to show you how he became one of the only South African by building the right teams, processes and systems. Out of the only one out of Africa, there's a guy by the name of Alex Omosi that beat a record the other day. And he was the only one from Africa that scaled and became a winner to go and meet with our him personally. The only one from Africa. I want to show you quickly what is the one thing that he does that helped him to scale so quickly. Well, it was about 30 days, right? Let's give you a graph.
Thanks, guys. I think one of the biggest things is people don't use systems, and that's why no one from Africa is in this competition, in the top 10. So we applied systems to be able to do this. Imagine you had an AI system that can close deals for you without you ever spending any time online. It's going to test the system, and then I'll show you what we use to be able to generate 5,000 leads in the space of 3 weeks. Hello?
Hello, this is Emma with Serenity Glow Med Spa. How can I help you today?
Hey, I'd just like to book a session for Botox in my mouth, please.
Of course, I'd be happy to help you with that. First, may I have your name, please?
I'm sorry, it's Eugene speaking.
Thank you, Eugene. It's nice to meet you. Now, just to gather some details, is this your wife's first time receiving Botox?
I think it's the first time maybe she's been lying. She looks pretty young. I'm too sure.
Got it. If you're unsure, we can always confirm during the consultation. What areas is she hoping to treat?
So imagine you had a system like that that sells clients for you 24/7, ongoing. 2 o'clock in the morning, you can generate leads, and you wake up to a client or to a calendar filled with contacts without you doing anything while you are sleeping. You walk into the office and you've got a bunch of people to do. Awesome. Thanks for this.
Thank you, Eugene. If you want to know more, you can see this exhibit stand at the back. We'll tell you a little bit more. But it shows you if you have the right system and processes, anything is possible. And this is why most companies fail, is they don't have the right check balances, the right process. I worked with another company the other day. They have meetings for all of the meetings they have. Wasting time. Because through the right process and systems, you build trust and loyalty. You want to scale a business, build a team. If it's not AI, build an in-person team. But because I don't have the money, I like to challenge my clients and I say you have 50 days to pay them a salary. If you can't sell those services in 50 days to cover that salary, then you're not doing the wrong thing. Or you're in the wrong business. The next thing that most businesses have challenged with is the lack of focus and strategy. Some might have the best strategy plan. Goodness, me and my team, we sat down the whole weekend. We created this beautiful strategy? And then a year later, I said, where's your strategy? No, it's again, it's on the wall. It's beautiful. They stop having focus because life happens. You wake up tomorrow and you start putting out fire after fire. The thing is, you have to be like a guy with an axe who's sharp and exposed before you go cut down trees. You don't go with a blunt axe. So sharpen your axe first and then create an execution plan to implement. Now, my dad is also here in the audience, he's standing here somewhere. But I learned most of my things in business philosophy from my dad. In 1995, 1996, he left his job. He went out without nobody giving him a chance, never had he worked for government. He said, I'm going to start my own business. I want to leave a legacy for my two boys because me and my brother are hemophilia. We can't work hard. We have physical challenges. He started and he has only a dream and a goal. Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing I learned on the mountain is the world is going to give you no shade. But the only thing you can do is what is the next step that I need to give to keep moving forward? And my dad always said, Cobus, let's look after the pennies. Let's look after the cents. Always, what's the next step that we need to give? And today, some of our brands, our Perfume, Modern Living, Health Zone, my dad has built a legacy. Now here's the thing, it took 5 years. You think about from 1996 till now, it's how long? Over 50 years. Growing almost one of the biggest independent stores in Limpopo. Creating a legacy where me and my brother has built it. It shows you it was not home alone. It's the mentorship. Because my dad put it to a point and me and my brother helped to break it further. It's about creating mentorship for the next generation. One thing that I learned from my dad is we don't make emotional decisions. We sleep over it. But if you want to know, no, let's go sleep over it. Let's talk about it tomorrow before we make a decision. Yeah, but Dad, oh, that wild track is beautiful. Woo! I would look nice in the nice Ford wild track, you will agree? He says, no, Cobus, let's not sleep about it. Let's talk about it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, he says, no, Dad, it's just a feeling. Not now yet. Let's work a little bit harder. Because we have a goal. It's about building, focusing on sales and marketing. That's the other area businesses fail. They are not branding themselves. So when we started our family business, we had different furniture stores. It was called Bafana, Madiba Furniture. And my dad says, no, we want to grow. We need to make it one. And we created an entry-level brand called Firm for You and an expensive brand called Modern Living. I want to ask you a quick question. Colors are important in your branding. The one with the yellow and red, is it for the low income market or the higher income market? Why? Because of the color. McDonald's, Whitby, all of them are cheap brands. If you think about your expensive brands, is Modern Living expensive or cheap? It's not cheap, right? There's a little bit more gold and a royal blue in it. You all see that? It's a little bit more upper market furniture. Suddenly, it attracts different people. So think about it. Your brand, your marketing is important. And then you build the business. Next thing that businesses don't look after is, I can't hear you? My dad always says is you have to be resourceful, Cobus. So I go into, with all the lessons I learned from my dad, we go to this company called, it's now called SFT in Slovakia. I said, Cobus, we either have to lay off people or we need to get our cash flow better. What do? We create a strategy. We create a blueprint. We look at all of the expenses. I remember every year I hated it. My dad would say, let's take the bank statements. Where are we spending money? No? This will go unnecessarily. No, but that is like $100, take it order. No, we don't need it. Right now, always we will focus on our cash flow. With them, over a year and a half, we saved over €1 billion by cutting the line costs down. Imagine over a 2-year period, €1 billion. A factory creates men diapers and women pants. Because why? They became resourcefulness. They look after every single piece of paper. One of my dad taught me, if it's printed on the one side, it's scrap paper on the other side. So look after, be resourceful, look after your resources and strategize. And then we live in South Africa. One thing people like to bring up excuses is, no, but Cobus, our history, my culture. What are some of the excuses you would love to share with me that you are having? Anyone? Who's brave enough to say, Cobus, this is an excuse I'm holding on to?
Family background.
Family.
Family background.
Family background. Yes. What did you say here? Small population. Not enough. Yeah. You're from Botswana. Yeah, small population, not enough buying power. You all have excuses. Who's ready to be inspired? Who loves happy? Let me share with you one of my closest friends. Makozolo. So Makozolo Mapimpi comes from, if you watch Chasing the Sun, saying, Cobus, I have no family. Come from East London border side. Plays for the Southern Kings rugby. Nobody gave him a chance, am I right? He could live with that excuses and say, Cobus, this is my reality, this is my future. But you can see in our journey together on the screen around his armband is an armband that says whatever it takes. Today, he turned his history around into one of his positive stories. Not only inspiring a nation, two-time world champion, but a guy that lives by whatever it takes. Do you know he's now the third highest try scorer in the history of South Africa? Wow. At 26, he played for the Springboks. At 26, some would say he's too old. One thing I learned from my dad is you're never too old. If you follow the right strategy, the right process, and here's the last thing, someone to keep you accountable. He had someone that kept him accountable. He wake up tomorrow, Cobus, I need to make 10 sales calls. At 9 o'clock, oh, no, I need to go wash the dishes first. Oh, no, I have an admin to do. You're always going to have excuses. But if you have an accountability partner, or you keep yourself accountable. So here's how I do it. So one of my friends, I'm going to use him as an example. We in the room is a Liverpool fan. Yeah, these are few. So he's a big Liverpool fan. And so he says, Cobus, this is my standard, this is my actions, this is what I'm going to do. And if I don't do the consequences that I commit to, is I will take my Liverpool shirt, I will put on the camera, I will put it on fire, and I will send it to all my Liverpool fans or friends that are supporting Liverpool and say, this is what I think about Liverpool. Guess what? Do you think he's always going to have an excuse, or is he going to do it? He's going to do it? I can't hear, he's going to do it? I can't hear, he's going to do it? I want to hear it, he's going to do it? Whatever it takes. Are you ready to do whatever it takes? So here's why you are so important. I want to shout out to ABSA for being one of the biggest sponsors, because it's all about small business entrepreneurs. It's not about being a one-man band, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know how we're going to change the country around? It's about giving work to others. So this graph teaches you that every person you employ impacts in the agriculture 8.2 people it supports. In manufacturing, it's 6.5. Construction is about 6. Trade and retail 7. Transport communication 7. Now listen to me. Imagine we employ 100 people on an average of 8. How big impact do we make? 8 times 100 is how much? I can't hear you. 800, right? Now imagine we create 1,000 jobs. This is why you are so important. And this is why I believe so much in the BizShow, that every year this is where we can empower businesses to scale. So that we can leave a legacy for our next generation, like my dad left for us, and us are going to leave for our kids. So who's ready to change this country around? Say aye! Say aye! So here's the secret. And that's what I want to get to people. The secret to scaling a business, 25% is your strategy and your execution plan. You might have the best strategy, but if you don't execute, you don't get it. It's where your focus is. It's all about focus. When Dad said keep your focus with us, keep your eye on the ball. That's 25% of your business success. The other 50% lies with people. It's about building a team. It's about creating a board of people that keeps you accountable. And it's about you and your team bringing your A game. The other 25% of success that makes up, that's 75% by the way. The other 25% comes down to your operations, your finances. If you get that first part right, you are 75% scaling your business, guaranteed. I'm probably one of the only coaches in the country that gives a money back guarantee. If you don't 10x your business in a period of 12 to 18 months, I give you money back. But then you have to prove me you've done everything that you set out to do. And if you don't do it, then you haven't done everything. Because then you haven't done whatever it takes. That makes us 100%. And then the last thing, everything, like I said, success excludes. There is a process you have to follow in your business. It always starts first with you. Why are you in business? Why do you want to start your business? Why do you want to grow your business? Who are you serving? I spoke to a coach earlier. I said, so who's your clients? Everyone needs coaching. No, who do you want to coach? What's the big fat problem you solve? What's your essence that you want to be known for? People know my essence is a warrior, Viking. This is why people get to know me. They know I will be behind your back and I will fight the fight with you. If not, I will take out my whip and I will help you even one as well. What's your essence? What is the solution you offer? Your free solutions. What is the strategy you're following? Do you have a blueprint? Why are you different from your competitors? What does your design look like? What is your product design? Are you for a cheap market, a medium market, or expensive market? Just think about the colors. So if you want to position yourself for expensive clients, just ask them their credit card. You will see if it's private, it's what color? Black, metallic, red, blue, metallic. It speaks for itself. Packaging. And then before you always launch, there's something that most companies do, like Pick and Pay. They didn't do a focus group. They didn't ask their customers what you like about me. Why do you love me? What do you want from me? I want you to give me better service. Great. How do you want better service? I want a better app than 6060. Okay, great. Let's put money behind it and build it. But they didn't. Because they brought in the emotions of clubs. Let's forget about the customer. Let's focus on how we feel. Let's run and check. Let's rather lay off 1,000 people and then have a good feeling. No. We need to think about our customers first. And we need to think about our vision and our goals and what we want to achieve. What's the legacy we want? So here's it. Leave you also by your scale process. Start with your idea. I spoke about your brand, the team you are building. Remember, a team doesn't have to be someone that's just employed by you. I have a team of service providers that are not my service providers, they are my partners, they are part of my team. Your equity, acquisition, cash flow, and what is the system and process you use. When I grow my business, the moment it stumbles is when I don't have the right systems and processes in place. So focus on getting your system. Like Eugene said, there's so many tools out there that can help you. And then last thing, nobody gave me the opportunity to say, Cobus, you speak English very deliciously. So it's only twice, by the way. I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but let's archive that in the past and realize it's just an excuse. For 7 years I told myself I can't write a book. What was my reality? I can't write a book. No. What if I can't write a book? And the reason I write, and this is what I want to leave with, my passion is for business owners. It's like my dad, I convinced him to write a book now. It's to say, what is the legacy you leave behind? What is your story you are telling? Who would have loved to have read the book about their grandfather or grandmother today? Can I see hands? To learn their lessons. So let's not wait until our kids one day say they wish their dad or mom or grandfather left the book. Read your story. Inspire the next generations for South Africa. You might not know, you might be the future president's mom or dad. So let's make that impact. Let's take hands and change the environment. When people are out there complaining about economy, always remember Cobus talked about Pick and Pay and checking. Pick and Pay is in the same industry, they complain now. Bad the economy is. Checkers is in the same economy, and then, wow, we are growing. We're actually taking stores that Pick and Pay are closing because it's not good business, so we can open our own stores. It's all about a mindset. So ladies and gentlemen, we are at stand A08 at the back. Can I get Isaac to come closer? So come and join, come and sign up. Join the community for the BizShow. I'm giving out a free business health check assessment, free of charge from my side for anyone that's part of the BizShow, because we want to change the business environment in this country. That's why I believe in the BizShow. That's why I believe in Mike and whatever they are doing, because together, and now with apps on board and all the brands, that we are changing the small business environment. But we can't do it alone. And we all need you with our hands. And as I close off, before I go over, I want us to dance and dance. Is that okay with everyone? I want us to celebrate being in business. I want us to celebrate the good times that is coming. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm an 80s man. And I don't know if you know this song, but I want you to see you move. I want you to see you shaking your body. I want you to celebrate your business today. And we'll be outstanding. And when you come,
a show of hands here. Who of you have children? And is the motivating kind of factor in your business? Wasn't that inspiring to see how a parent can guide and lead the son and the daughter? How many of you have had parents do that for you? In business? Amazing. Honor them. Tell them thank you today, because that is a valuable, valuable lesson.
I have 2 boys. One boy, my oldest son, comes to me and asks me, Dad, do you want me to do what you do one day? I'm an inspiration. I motivate people to follow their dreams. I said, my son, I would love it. Hey, family business, we keep it going. And he says to me, Dad, but it's not okay with you. If I follow my heart and dreams, because you inspired me to do that. He said, yes, my son. Go and create your own legacy. So, guys, they watch us, they know.
As a father, what did you tell your children? And he has answered it. Ladies and gentlemen, Cobus, the Viking Visser!
Let's say whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes!
Whatever it takes. Enjoy the